Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of iconic figures who have left an indelible mark on the world of music. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on the incomparable Otis Redding, a soulful singer-songwriter whose voice has captivated audiences for generations. Born on September 9, 1941, in Dawson, Georgia, Otis Redding grew up in a world where music was an integral part of everyday life. His early years were spent surrounded by the sounds of gospel, blues, and R&B, which would later influence his unique vocal style. Otis's father, Otis Sr., was a minister who also worked as a farmer, and his mother, Fanny Rosamond Redding, was a housewife who took care of their 6 children. The Redding family lived in a small house on the outskirts of Dawson, where they struggled to make ends meet. Despite the financial challenges, Otis's parents instilled in him a strong sense of values and a love for music. His father would often sing gospel songs with his siblings, and Otis would join in, developing his vocal skills from an early age. As a child, Otis attended the local elementary school in Dawson, where he was exposed to a range of musical influences. He would often listen to the radio, mesmerized by the sounds of Little Richard, Sam Cooke, and Ray Charles. These legendary artists would later become his idols, and their music would shape his own unique sound. In 1955, at the age of 14, Otis entered a local talent show in Macon, Georgia, where he sang Little Richard's Heebie-Jeebies. Although he didn't win the competition, the experience marked one of his first public performances and helped him gain confidence as a singer. The following year, Otis began attending Ballard Hudson High School in Macon, where he met his future wife, Zelma Atwood. The couple would eventually marry in 1961 and have 3 children together. The historical context of Otis's early years was marked by significant social change. The civil rights movement was gaining momentum, with leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. advocating for racial equality and an end to segregation. Although Dawson was a small town, the Redding family was not immune to the tensions and injustices of the time. Otis's experiences with racism and poverty would later inform his music, imbuing it with a sense of authenticity and emotional depth that continues to resonate with listeners today. As we explore the early life of Otis Redding, it's clear that his family, faith, and community played a significant role in shaping his character and artistic vision. The struggles he faced during his formative years would later inform his music, which was marked by its honesty, passion, and unwavering commitment to social justice. From the cotton fields of Georgia to the stages of Macon's local music scene, Otis Redding's early life laid the foundation for a remarkable career that would take him to the heights of fame and cement his legacy as one of the most beloved soul singers of all time. From his first recordings at Stax Records to his iconic performances at the Monterey Pop Festival, Otis Redding's rise to fame was nothing short of meteoric. Otis's big break came in 1962 when he recorded a demo at Stax Records in Memphis, Tennessee. The studio was a hub for soul and R&B talent, and Otis's unique voice caught the attention of Jim Stewart, the label's co-founder. Stewart was impressed by Otis's raw energy and signed him to a recording contract. Over the next few years, Otis released a string of successful singles, including These Arms of Mine and Pain in My Heart. As Otis's star rose, he began to tour extensively, performing at clubs, theaters, and festivals across the country. His live shows were electrifying, with Otis pouring his heart and soul into every performance. He was backed by a talented band, which included guitarist Steve Cropper, bassist Donald "Duck" Dunn, and drummer Al Jackson Jr. Together, they created a sound that was both deeply rooted in tradition and innovative in its approach. One of the most significant moments in Otis's career came in 1967 when he performed at the Monterey Pop Festival in California. The festival was a cultural phenomenon, bringing together some of the biggest names in music, including Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and The Who. Otis's set was a triumph, with his soulful voice and charismatic stage presence winning over the crowd. He performed the blistering version of Respect, which would later become one of his signature songs. The success of Otis's performance at Monterey Pop helped to establish him as a major star, and he went on to release some of his most iconic recordings, including Try a Little Tenderness and The Dock of the Bay. These songs showcased Otis's remarkable vocal range and emotional depth, and they have since become classics of American music. As we explore Otis's remarkable achievements, it's clear that his success was not just due to his incredible talent, but also to his hard work and dedication. He was a true artist, driven by a passion for music and a desire to connect with his audience. His legacy continues to inspire new generations of musicians and fans, and his music remains as relevant today as it was when he first recorded it. From the tragic events that cut short his career to the lasting influence he had on soul and R&B, Otis Redding's story is one of triumph and tragedy, of incredible talent and enduring legacy. In 1967, Otis was on top of the world. He had just released his iconic song, The Dock of the Bay, which would go on to become one of his signature tunes. He was touring extensively, performing to sold-out crowds across the country, and was widely regarded as one of the most talented soul singers of his generation. However, tragedy struck on December 10, 1967, when Otis's plane crashed into a lake in Madison, Wisconsin, killing him and several members of his band. The music world was shocked and devastated by Otis's sudden passing. He was just 26 years old, with his entire career still ahead of him. Despite his short time on this earth, Otis had left an indelible mark on the music industry. His unique voice, style, and charisma had inspired a generation of musicians, including legendary artists like Aretha Franklin, Al Green, and Etta James. In the years following Otis's death, his music continued to gain popularity. The Dock of the Bay became a huge hit, reaching #1 on the Billboard charts and staying there for 4 weeks. His album, The Dock of the Bay, was also released posthumously, featuring a collection of unreleased recordings that showcased Otis's incredible talent and versatility. Today, Otis Redding is remembered as one of the greatest soul singers of all time. His music has stood the test of time, continuing to inspire new generations of musicians and fans. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1989, and his song, The Dock of the Bay, was named one of the greatest songs of all time by Rolling Stone magazine. Despite the tragedy of his early passing, Otis's legacy lives on through his music. His songs continue to be played on radios around the world, and his influence can be heard in the work of countless other artists. He may have left us too soon, but his impact on the music industry will never be forgotten. As we conclude our exploration of Otis Redding's life and career, we're reminded of the enduring power of his music to touch our hearts, inspire our souls, and bring us together in a shared love of soulful sound. And so, as we bid farewell to this extraordinary singer-songwriter, we're left with the memories of his incredible talent, his captivating stage presence, and the timeless music that he left behind. Otis Redding may be gone, but his spirit lives on through the enduring legacy of his music, a testament to the transformative power of art to transcend time, touch our emotions, and forever change the world. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.